Hi peeps, Tersse back in the squat box again, and this is transcendental meditation reprised, reprise, you know what I mean, part 2, right? So, yeah, so you get to that stage where, you know, you're understanding you need to have a break from the strictures of reality, you know, and how you can't get beyond this brick wall of I've thought about this problem, I've tried to work it all out, I've talked to my fucking doctor, I've talked to my lawyer, I've talked to my wife, I've talked to my family, I've talked to my dad, I still can't find it, I don't know what to do. And sometimes you, as I say, you just need to have a break from all that shit, and you just need to have a dream. You know, it's like the Indians had this idea where you went on a dream walk, you know, and the Aborigines have the same, you know, idea, you know, of going on a dream walk, you know what I mean? You know, and many ancient societies have this idea. Some of them used chemicals, you know, mushrooms or, you know, vines that they chopped down in the jungle and boiled up, you know. We still have this idea that, you know, you need to have something to help you to go in that dream. And the transcendental meditation or any kind of meditation is a way of probably doing that same sort of thing, that break from reality, and allow just you to be you, and just, you know, allow you to separate the physical from the mental, and then find some way within your mental id, your mental consciousness, you know what I mean, or subconsciousness, to feed to the conscious level of your mind a way of dealing with problematic shit that happens in your life, you know. Don't get me wrong, I mean, I drink alcohol, I used to smoke dope, I've taken LSD, I've taken all kinds of fucking, you know, hallucinogenics. I've never found that taking hallucinogenic was any better than actually just daydreaming, to be honest with you. Obviously it's much easier to daydream when you're younger, but it's sort of like, as we grow older, you know, we are, especially in the Western world, we're told daydreaming is a bad thing, you know, and yet daydreaming can actually solve problems you would never find a solution to if you listen to all that advice. Sometimes you can't even trust yourself until you let yourself go and become just you in a universe which, yes, it can be scary and dangerous, but you're in this scary and dangerous world already, so you can't avoid that. What you can do, though, is you can free your mind up to think for itself at a level which you can't control. And that's what happens when you're daydreaming or meditating. A level of your subconscious actually is freed up and allowed to communicate more regularly with your conscious mind. You know what I mean? I think that's what meditation is anyway. I might be wrong. Okay, I could be wrong, I might be wrong in the way I describe it, but I think that's what happens when you're meditating. You're actually allowing a level of your subconscious to have more say and more direction in what you think, and that's why you can't go into a state of meditation with any anxiety or belief that you can control it. You need to let it happen rather than try and make it happen. And this is why I don't agree with the transcendental meditation idea of a mantra or ringing a bell with incense burning. I think these are all things which actually impinge on the conscious mind. The subconscious mind doesn't pay any attention to the ringing of bells. It doesn't pay any attention to words. It doesn't pay any attention to the smells, because when you're in that state you don't actually really smell anything, and you're not using words. The human brain is like a kaleidoscope, you know, it depends on images. Most of what's happening when you're meditating is a comprehensive adjustment to image over language. you're not thinking in words, you're thinking in images. It's in a deep-seated sense in your brain, we are just totally image-driven animals, you know what I mean? We do need smell and hearing, obviously, but when you dream, it's very rarely that you dream in words. You dream in images. And that's a pure language of the mind. It's images. For us anyway. I mean, I don't know what it's like for whales or dolphins. They might dream in tweets and twitters, I don't know. But, you know, we dream in images. And that's where you're trying to get. You're trying to get to that semi-conscious state that you get in just before you wake up, or just before you really drift off into a deep sleep. You know, your dreams are image-driven, which is why most of our films and, you know, even most of our literature, when you read words, they evoke images. They don't evoke words. You don't think in words, you think in images. So even our poetry and our literature, it actually evokes images in our brain, which is why we connect images with emotion. And that's what I'm talking about. You know, we're trying to get to a point where we are healing our emotional brokenness through understanding ourselves through imagery. You know what I mean? I think that's where, you know, real meditation, where it can actually be a healer, you know, because the images that we actually, you know, dream when we're having those waking dreams, those are the things which will actually help us to understand our own broken emotions, you know, because that's really what a lot of people are suffering from in the world. Is we're emotionally crippled most of our life because of the things that were suffered when we were young, and often we are suffering emotionally because of the things that are happening in our lives today, now, you know. And I think meditation can be of benefit to us, to help us to heal our emotional faults and understand ourselves more deeply, and therefore actually interact more socially and more, you know, emotionally competently with other beings, and that being our family members, our children, our wives, our you know, friends and colleagues at work. You know, we are trying to heal our emotional brokenness, because I mean, we all understand words, we understand conversations, we all understand, you know, humour, you know, hatred. You know, we can even understand the tiny little facial fucking changes in people's faces. It's all visual, all of that, you know, really, you know what I mean? But it's how we think, how we process that information we're taking in by our eyes, and how that affects our emotional stability, you know what I mean? So basically, a lot of the time, what you're trying to do is fix your broken emotions, basically, you know. And a lot of the disconcerting, you know, problems that we have with, you know, either colleagues at work, bosses, family members, they are all emotionally driven, you know. And although I say we are a visual animal, it's the visuals that change our emotions, you know. It's the expressions on people's faces changes our emotion. Somebody's angry, we react either by being defensive or angry back, you know what I mean. It's very rare if somebody's screaming and shouting at you that you laugh, unless you feel that they're, you know, they're a 2-year-old kid screaming at me, and I laugh at them because I remember being 2-year-old and I never got in my way either, you know. So yeah, getting past that though, you know, we are driven basically by our visual understanding of the world, which is why meditation, you know, discontinuing that judgmental assessment of everything we see and just letting imagery fall upon the mind, let the mind process it, let it sink to a deeper level where we're not processing it, and then let it send back to the conscious mind a resulting, you know, beneficial, you know, solution to some of our emotional problems, which is where we are deeply broken as a species. The human race is deeply broken emotionally because we think that emotions don't count, emotions don't matter. As long as you live by the rule of law, or the rule of the Bible, or the rule of the Quran, that should solve everything. Just do as you're told. But that actually builds up within us a broken emotion, because we know we're fighting against our own inner feelings. So meditation, I think, can help us deal with that. It may mean that we come out at the other end of a period of meditation thinking, I don't agree any further with these people who say that I need to live my life under a strict observation of what's written in a book, or what a person tells me, or what's written even in the law. But you will feel better for trying to understand your inner emotional being. You, the person that is you are an emotional being. If you don't have your emotions in line with your own beliefs when you're conscious, you will be upset and pissed off. So anyway, I think I've covered most of what I was hoping to say in this reprise of my transcendental meditation video, which I made some time ago, 2009 or some fucking thing. It might not have been as long ago. I think maybe they deleted all those other. But yeah, no. Anyway, yeah. So I've got to the end of my terse transcendental meditation reprise. I'm hoping that some people will actually listen to what I'm saying and just try it out. Just take 15 minutes someday, and just when it's raining or when it's a cloudy, windy day, just watch the clouds, just watch the rainfall. Or some evening, if you've got the opportunity to have a log fire, put some logs in the fire and just sit and stare and shut out and out, just stare at the burning wood and just try and absorb what's happening there, without thinking it's physics. Just look at the colours, the flickering, the burning embers, and just watch it for 10 or 15 minutes and just see where you get. Obviously it's going to be difficult if you don't turn your phone off. If somebody starts fucking texting you, you're not going to get anywhere, you know what I mean? So you need to turn your phone, or you need to disconnect yourself from it. You need to just have 10 or 15 minutes just to stare at a fire, or stare at the clouds, or stare at the rain in the puddle, you know what I mean? Or the wind blowing across a field of quite long grass, where you see the patterns, chaotic patterns of the wind making sweeps and swirls, and just watch and just observe and soak it up, and see where it gets you, It's far better than sitting there going, oh, I'm a puddle, oh, ding, and smelling fucking incense that you fucking hate anyway, probably, Just look at the world. The world is your meditating fucking, TV screen, The world, the chaotic, patterned world, because our brains are pattern recognition machines. That's all they are. And all you've got to do is just shut off your assumptions about anything and just let your brain recognise the patterns and just let it work. Just let your brain do what it does best, You will love it, I'm telling you. After a couple of times of doing that, you will really get into it and you will understand what I'm talking about. The world is a much beautifuler place when you don't try to put labels on everything. And you will understand that, people are better when you don't start to label them. Obviously, watch out for the psychopaths and the people carrying guns and knives. But, don't judge a book by its cover every day of the week, Maybe a bit of conversation, or if you don't like someone, just avoid them rather than confronting them. You find that life is a better place to be. Scroungy fucking motherfuckers, you know what I mean?